All right, business from our city council. We will start with Councilmember Buckland.
Try to keep it rather short because summertime,
Yeah, you said that before.
many of our committees don't meet, but the San Joaquin, I spoke previously on this, the San Joaquin Joint Power Authority on rail was looking at bringing initially a rail line into Marysville, Yuba City area with continued service up through the Central Valley. That project, due to some of the funding and their plans, has decided to stop short. So right now they're looking at Natomas as being the furthest north that it would come, with extension into Yuba City and Marysville in the very near future. One of my meetings with the Sacramento Area Council on Governments, our Government Relations Committee meeting was canceled. But I did attend our Sutter Butte Flood Control meeting. You'll see in today's paper, other media outlets have reported on it, that the board, the Sabufka board itself, eliminated the Citizen Assessment District Advisory Committee. Again, I'm not going to elaborate on that. That was a vote of the board of directors, but certainly not to eliminate the citizen input, that the citizens are more than welcome to attend and should attend the Sutter Butte flood control meetings that are held on a regular basis right in this very room, and also the various public meetings that they have. And in fact, this Thursday, there is a public meeting on the levies, and that'll be being held over at Boyd Hall. And the public is certainly more than welcome to attend that meeting. That's at noon. I'm trying to remember. I have meetings on Thursday. I won't be there, but there will be an opportunity to see even the current construction project that's going on the 3 miles of levee in Yuba City. And that's a massive undertaking that is going to happen in a very, very short period of time. So with that, that's all that I have to report on.
Okay, thank you. We have Councilmember Cardoza.
Okay, so we didn't have a meeting a couple weeks ago, so this is a month's worth of fun. So we'll start off with community events. Starting off, I attended the kickoff event for the walked-in all-timers. We had National Night Out a couple of weeks ago. It was a wonderful event. I was able to make it to all 10 community events. Saw the folks across the community. We had as much as great food, homemade tacos at one, and smoked ribs and pork and steak at others. It was a great place to be throughout the community. Attended the soft opening for Panera Bread. I went to a community connections forum in the community. It was on public health for our community. The Yuba Sutter Colusa United Way Awards ceremony. The Sutter Butte's Flood Control Agency media event on the levee with council members. First Thursday night on Pluma Street. The Yuba Sutter Fair kickoff party. And then we also, Councilman Harris and myself, we helped serve beverages for the fair, for the Friends, the fair committee. The first Doggy Bow Wow Bowl is for the Canine Association. Closed for Kids Shopping Day. Attended a retirement party for Joyce Pope, 17-year employee, nurse, retired from Sutter County Health Department. I toured the Yuba Sutter Transit complex with Keith Martin. Found out exactly what it takes to run a transit through our community. It's a major operation. I was invited to the Yuba City Unified School District Food Services Back to School program, and I helped pass out awards for the district staff. I was here last week at the Toastmasters workshop here at City Hall with city staff. I missed the swearing in for our new 2 dispatchers at the PD, but I was able to make it by and afterwards and congratulate them and welcome them to the city. For meetings, we had the Yuba Sutter Transit Authority meeting, DWR Lake Orville Spillway Community meeting, the Sutter Butte's Flood Control Agency board meeting, and we also had one also for the Second Street property owners, letting them know what we were going to do for the levee behind them. Gilsizer Drainage District meeting, and then for chamber events, we had ribbon cuttings for Panera Bread, and Great Cuts celebrated their 20-year anniversary, and the Business Connection Breakfast. And that's it for me. Thank you.
And we have Councilmember Harris.
I can't top that. You've ground all over the place. I did, we go to a lot of these functions throughout the community throughout the last month. They're all enjoyable. I think most notable, there's a couple things that I will specifically mention is my role representing our city at Beale Air Force Base. They offer such a great contribution and enrich our community, and it's my privilege to be out there and represent all of us at the change of command ceremonies, which I've learned that it's not just one base commander doing the whole thing. They each have little sub-commands. And they really do it right when they switch that over, and it's very impressive. I met a lot of people and continue to do so. We look forward to continuing to do that out there as often as I'm able to. Up on the levee, the groundbreaking ceremony for the new slurry wall, that was, I think, notable. We had so many folks show up all the way from, we had Congressman LaMalfa come out from Washington, D.C. to support our community for that little stretch of levee to improve that, protect all of us and all of our homes. And that was just really poignant that we were able to come together and, as an outward example to show what we can do, what we can accomplish in such a short amount of time. It's a big deal. And to do that and be a part of that, it's history in the making, and I was really happy to be there for that. Another thing, we have these very unfortunate events coming. Virginia is the last one, Charlottesville. People dying because people can't get along, and it's very frustrating. It's very sad, very unnecessary. And I'm really happy to know that, we might have a little bit here and there in Yuba City. It hasn't manifested in something that's outright violence where people are getting killed, but it's happening all around us. And, it was good timing in that I had a member of the community come to me a few months ago, and we had a meeting with some staff. Darren Gale was there, and then Brad McIntyre. It was specifically for Sikh community and the way they're mistaken sometimes from Muslims, and not that it's okay to attack Muslims, but they have really misunderstand. They're such a vibrant part of our community, and so we wanted to expand that into a cultural thing, a cultural experience to where we can appreciate the strength, not a weakness, but a strength that all of our cultural, racial, everything, diversity, and differences, celebrate that as a community in Yuba City, and maybe even Yuba Sutter. And so you can be on the lookout for something coming up. We're not quite sure. We're still in the planning process of what we're going to do to come together, just have an opportunity, whether it be in the form of a resolution here or somewhere public. Food, music, you name it. Their options are all on the table right now. We're not sure how it's going to be, but we want to have something to where we can come together as a community and demonstrate excuse me, our support for each other and celebrate our differences, which actually the differences make us come together stronger as a good thing. And I'm looking forward to being a part of that because it's so frustrating. We see on the TV and the ignorance and the unnecessary hatred and everything out there. Sorry. That we need to do what we can to outwardly show our support for one another and show our lack of tolerance for intolerance. And it's important that we do that. So you can look out for that coming. And thank you in advance, Darren, for everything you've done on that.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember Harris. Just to echo those words, many years ago, we used to have a cultural diversity event here, and it was just such a beautiful event where all of us would come together from all aspects, history, carrying us all from different avenues. And it was just a beautiful event to learn from one another and grow from one another, and in unity. And we feel that we've lost that, but we're very fortunate. We're Yuba City. We have such a huge diversity group of folks that to represent one another and do things in unity and loving each other and caring for each other, and get rid of the hatred and the violence that we see everywhere. It's heartbreaking to listen to what's happening on the news every day. Somebody's getting shot, somebody's getting hurt. There are just constant battles out there, and we are in such a fortunate community with such diversity, and we should cherish that, and we should use it to our strength, and bring in these events to show and empower ourselves, and be an example to our kids. If we don't show our kids that we're a loving community and we support one another and we're going to be there, our kids are not going to know anything different but violence and hatred, and not to support one another. And that's not okay. It's not okay. My child comes from a very diverse background, and it kills me to hear hatred with Muslims and Sikhs, and that's who we are. And we need to get a grasp of this. And like my dad used to say, regardless of what we do, when we bleed, we all bleed red. And it doesn't matter. And it hurts. It hurts our families, and it hurts our friends. So let's support one another. Let's bring our diversity, and let's empower each other by having that diversity with each other. So thank you, Sean, for sharing that. Aside from that, as far as it has been the summer months, I have not had too many meetings. We did have the DWR update community meeting a couple of weeks ago, and again, we had DWR here today to provide an update. We had National Night Out, which was again a great event. To go to the different neighborhoods and experience what we do have in our community. Aside from that, it has been just a really calm time. Well, calm as far as meetings, but a little bit for me on the extra. My daughter leaves for college tomorrow, and it's just been a roller coaster ride. So I will be officially on vacation starting tomorrow. So I will still be in reach. I will check emails and voice messages and so forth. But for the most part, I'm going to enjoy the next 10 days and get my daughter moved in and so forth after Dancing with Our Stars. So those of you who do not know about Dancing with Our Stars, that is this Friday and Saturday, and I am dancing on Saturday, so you are all invited. Tickets are still available, so have some fun, enjoy, and laugh. So aside from that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and thank you very much. Unless there's anything else, this meeting is adjourned.